Bible is a book too, so today we're going to talk about Mark 4:35 through 40. In this passage, Jesus tells his disciples to follow him onto a boat so they can cross to the other side of the sea. While they're crossing, this great windstorm comes by. The wind and the waves are going crazy, and his disciples think they're going to die. Jesus is sleeping, and they wake him up, and they say to him, "Teacher, don't you care that we're going to die?" Jesus gets up, and he rebukes the wind and says to the sea, "Silence, be still." The wind ceased, and there is a great calm. Then he said to them, "Why are you afraid? Do you still have no faith?" I love this passage because I sometimes doubt Jesus, and this passage brings me comfort knowing that his disciples did the same thing, even though they were literally with him, watching him perform his miracles. Also, the only reason his disciples were in this situation was because Jesus told them to follow him. And in life, we know that when we give our lives to Christ, sometimes our lives get harder in a way, and that's because the enemy is always trying to find ways to tear that relationship that you've developed with Jesus. And so while his disciples were terrified that they were going to die and Jesus was there sleeping, he was there with them the entire time, even though they didn't realize it. He wasn't going to let them sink. This is good to keep in mind when we go through our trials and tribulations, because even though we don't feel like Jesus is there, he is always there with us, and he's not going to let us sink either.